What's going on, everybody? It's Blighters, and welcome back to the Dragonflight beta. So this week has been kind of crazy for Guardian Druids, right? It's like 11th hour right before the expansion launches, and they're just doing a ton of buffs to Guardian Druid. So let's talk about a few of those. Let's get back to the builds. So, what has happened over the past week? We've seen a lot of buffs, right? They buff maul damage. Uh, that's fine. They made what was it, Tooth and Claw? Tooth and Claw. Yeah, maul costs no rage when you have a Tooth and Claw proc. So that might be that's pretty fine for like raids and whatnot. I think this will be. It'll feel a little bit better at least to press maul, because you're not giving up an iron for it. Um, they increase the yard range for After the Wildfire and how much it heals for. So this is going to be pretty good. If you have been like keeping in touch with like my community tab, then you would have seen the dungeon I did with all ranged and how much healing After the Wildfire was doing. But it was only hitting me because there was nobody else in range, because I had all range DPS and the healer. So I suspect that this is going to be really good if it is like a melee meta. Well, this is going to be ridiculously good. They increase the damage reduction that Scandalous Moonlight does, right? 2 points, it's 10% DR, which is pretty big. But the huge one is Rage of the Sleeper, right? They reduce Rage of the Sleeper's CD by 30 seconds, right? So it is a 1 minute cooldown now. But they also added the damage increase and the leech from Embrace the Nightmare. Now they did nerf the damage increase, right? Because it was 25%, now it's 15%. But with like them adding that part to this is a huge cooldown now. And it's only 1 minute, which is going to just make you be able to pull larger packs way, like a lot more or more often than you are doing it now. So, and I think more often than most of the other things, or about maybe about on par with like Warrior and DH in the amount that you're going to be able to pull, right? And this, so the 1 minute lines up with like a lot of things, depending on like what the DPS meta turns out to be. You might be like Guardian might be one of the go-to tanks, just because how often you can pull. If it lines up with like DPSs, like you have like a lot of 1 minute classes, then like you're gonna be able to pull like ridiculous amounts of trash. I'm sorry, it's early and I'm losing my train of thought right now. Rambling more than I usually do. So yeah, let's get back to After the Wildfire, because this is the ability that's impressed me the most. When I first saw it, I was like, that seems kind of interesting, but it was way down here when we first saw it, and then they moved it up. They increased the yards to 12, and they increased how much healing it does. So right now it's like 58k on the tooltip, which is why I also went down the resto kind of side, so that way I get increased healing done and taken. And I have magical damage and increased healing, so it's just going to increase this by a lot more. Because I'm pretty sure it's not factored into the tooltip, like these percentages isn't factored into the tooltip. So, and then just to like back this talent up, we also take Soul of the Forest, and we have Blood Frenzy, and we have Galactic Guardian. So we have so much rage generation, like it is insane how much rage generation and how much this is gonna proc, right? And we have Circle Life and Death, so that way our Blood Frenzy, like our rage thrashes are ticking faster, so we're getting more rage. and you just go in and spend your rage on kind of whatever you really want. Usually it's Iron First, but at some point you're probably going to be armor capped, right? So you might actually just hit Maul just to dump some rage, so that way you can proc After the Wildfire. So yeah, this is kind of what I've been playing with. Let's see if we can get into a key, and then we'll see if we can show you guys what's going on. So we will be right back. Welcome back. So we are doing I think this is just a 10 Temple of the Jade Serpent, but oh, and they have no affixes on this. Okay, well, that should be fine. Just kind of coming here to test the new stuff. So yeah, so we'll see how much healing After the Wildfire does after the end of the dungeon. We'll kind of go through it and talk about it. Oh, I can actually just like Rage a Sleeper now because it'll be up for the boss. Interesting. Also, combined with our 4-set, like Soul of the Forest, healing's gonna be ridiculous. I think we're just gonna be super just tanky. I am overcapping my rage because I'm not paying attention. Because I think like at this point we're just kind of like GCD locked. I'm gonna just pull this one thing, let this healer catch up a bit, and then because these corrupting waters are pretty dangerous. I don't think they're gonna be bad right now. There's no affixes on the dungeon, so like we're not gonna see thundering or anything. Oh, did you just see that heal from After the Wildfire? Oof, that was big. Let me grab these. Rage is already back up. I'm gonna hold it for the actually I could probably hit it now. I don't really need to hold it for the boss because we still have 2 trash packs, so we'll do it now so that way I don't die. Yeah, I'm feeling a little GCD locked. I'm gonna roar these, kick that one so we can get it in here. There's just so many buttons you're trying to press right now. You need a bunch of kicks for this one. I don't have a kick, so hopefully the healer can catch up. I'm gonna bark skin. Maybe the healer can not worry about me right now. Not that they actually need to, because I don't take damage. Alright, let's see. After they do, I'll use my trinket after the wipeout. I think that's what it's called. Why do I want to call it wipeout? I don't know. Some reason wash away, that's what it is. Which way are you going? Well, wash away always kills somebody. Literally always. Now the healer's dead. Pick the healer up. Now I'll do my... Oh, I hit the wrong one. Oh my god, two people died. That's my only problem with this like dungeon is every time I come in here, like people just die to wash away because they're not watching where the boss is like facing. Which is kind of big. I mean, I can finish this boss by myself. It'll take a while, but I can finish this boss by myself. Well, I actually could have died there because I was not watching wash away. I'm gonna have to hit my... Oh, no, I'm good. The trinket was over before then. Well, it's only a 10, so like I can finish this, but like it's just gonna take a little while, and I don't. Well, let's figure this out. So I can kick this one. don't have another battle res. Because I had res a healer. Oh, it's okay. So yeah, so when you're running through here, you want to watch the like water, because it pulses and you don't want to be caught in the water when it's pulsing, because it'll knock you up in the air and do a bunch of damage, right? So you do not want to be like, you don't want to be running away from wash away and then like get knocked in the air, and then because you're just gonna get 1-2 comboed and die. This fight is pretty yeah, he's gonna die. He's gonna wash away on me. It's gonna go that way, so I'm fine standing here. See? Should be fine. Okay, I was not fine. That's okay. I'm a tank, I can kind of take one hit. So this is gonna skew my numbers for After the Wildfire, because of how many people like were dead during this. But that's fine. We're still in combat. They can actually just release. They don't need to be rezzed. Let's see if they actually release. Yeah, because they should release here, which means they'll be ahead of me. Okay. I think we're gonna need a weak aura for like After the Wildfire, so that way we know how much rage we've spent, so we know when we're gonna trigger it. I don't want to like chain this into the other pack. I don't really trust this healer too much. It's gonna be like a big thing. You have to interrupt Haunting Scream or it's gonna fear everybody, so just make sure you're on top of that. These two do like a debuff to people, and it does a lot of damage, so it's a magic debuff, I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna rage right here. That way the healer does not have to worry about me. We can probably try to get like through this, because these guys do. It's also gonna skew my like me being alive for that whole fight is gonna and the DPS being dead is gonna skew the damage done overall. But I still think Bear is actually, with the buffs, like we had huge damage buffs. Right, again, make sure you're interrupting this. After the first kick, I'm going to pull the stuff behind me. So the gaze is just a frontal, kick the scream, and then now I'm going to pull these. That way I'm not trying to kick like, and I'm going to use my trinket, which is going to do a bunch of AoE damage. Should help get those done. Once I can move, now I'm going to chain it into this, and I will get this kick. I'm going to actually berserk here. Oh no, I early kicked. That's okay, that's okay. I'm going to roar. No, man, fuck. I messed that up. That's my bad. Alright, that's okay. We'll recover. The temporal displacement, you kind of don't want to be in that, because I'm pretty sure it does ticking damage, right? If I remember correctly. If I remember correctly, it does ticking damage, so you don't want to be in it. You want to move out of it. And then these ones are actually different from on live right now. I don't think there's the monkey here, but the monkey, you just like interrupt its fit of rage. The tigers are going to jump to people, so there's nothing you can really do too much about that. They also take a cat nap that you have to interrupt. If you don't get like the interrupt on the fit of rage, it's just a soothe, so you can just soothe it off. So you might even just want to not interrupt it and just soothe it off if you're playing bear. And make sure you're interrupting the cat nap from the tigers, because it heals them. So let me come down here. You gotta kill the book. Now, these ones are the same on live. They just kind of do a little bit more damage. So we start over here. When you get to like 9 stacks, you can move over to the other one. Now, the problem right now, as you're going to see, when I Moonfire, it's going to hit both of them because of Twin Moons. I really hope that that Drakthir's not over there and going to try to hit that one. Yeah, of course he did. So yeah, see how Moonfire's both of them? So you want to kind of, now I know you want to press Moonfire, but you kind of don't want to press Moonfire, right? This is a very like weird fight where you're just like, please, I don't want to press Moonfire. But you gotta press it at some point. So then as soon as like that one goes, then you come over here. And then you just rinse and repeat. There's a bunch of damage that the healer's gonna have to heal through. That's just on the healer, right? You can help them out, obviously. Probably like use some defensive, light defensives. I don't think you need like full defensives, but like light defensives. I'm still attacking something that's immune. I am not awake this morning. So this one's 8, and then we'll pop over this one. We'll kind of bang this one through, and then we'll kill the other one on the next go around. Right, that one's dead. This one still has 4 seconds. So we'll bang these. Dead. Pretty easy fight. This dungeon's actually not hard, and the timer is very, very lenient. So they added ads to this, because I know on live, like, you don't really, there's no ads here. You just run to the next, like, room. But they added stuff. There's 2 packs. So there's that, and then there's these ones. So Defiling Mist is going to be like just AoE. Try to kill this one, because I don't want... I'm going to roar that. Evoker's taking a lot of damage. Try to kick the mist. Move out of the leg sweep. And now this next room is as dangerous as you think it is. Just as dangerous as it was before. So there's a pat that's walking around the room now. Because, you know, they had to add trash. Because there wasn't enough trash in this dungeon. So I tried to like LOS it back here. I'm going to pop survival because this healer wasn't ready. And it's really difficult to see anything in this room because of the trees. So I'm going to pop my shield trinket. I'm going to interrupt the mist. And I'm going to stay on here to try to lock down this Mistweaver. I'm going to roar. Okay. And then there's a pat there. And then there's this one. So what we're going to do... I'm just going to pull both of these. And I'm going to Rage of the Sleeper right now. And then I'm also going to hit my trinket. And we're going to... So I'm feared, but I can't run because my trinket. Nobody kicked that, so this is going to be a wipe because the DPS are just all going to die here. I can probably live it. I don't have... Oof. I was not paying attention to that mob, and I did not see the haunting scream that's about to go off again. Okay, I think I can still live. Use my Hellstone. I just need to like one kick, and I'm good. Let me get that kick. Ooh, I think that kick was too late. Yeah, definitely too late. So, kicking is still something that needs to happen. But we all knew that. So yeah, just make sure you're kicking the haunting screams because you could see how out of hand it gets, especially when there's like 2 or 3 of them. So let's just get back. Like I said, this time is very forgiving. Like we still have 17 minutes, and like we only need to kill that like 2 those packs, and then like 2 bosses. So we'll definitely time it. I know there's no affixes on the key, but it only really gets easier with like thundering, because you know the damage amps that you get from thundering if you're clearing them properly. Like this key is very easy. I'm gonna just need to make sure people are. I will make sure that I'm kicking it, because I don't really trust anybody else. So we're about to get another one. I don't have a kick for this one. My kick's up right now. That's fine. It's dead. This was not here before. I was not expecting this one. Flames of Doubt. Okay, that's a frontal, so move out of that. DH is just standing in it. Oh, and he summons Smallies. Okay. Alright. It's interesting, they put a mini boss here. Last time I was in this dungeon, it wasn't here, so it might have been with the like tuning that they did to a bunch of the dungeons. They might have just put the mini boss here. Well, it must have been. I don't know why I'm saying might have. It must have been. Which I don't think is bad. Now I can pull both of these because there's only one fear guy, right? And I'm still just going to pop my trinket right here. As long as I'm on the haunting shot. Oh man, this is gonna. And I kick that, then the rest of it should be fine. I'm gonna roar this next. Missed. Oh, we got a stun. We got a roar. We got a roar at the same time we got a kick, so that's awkward. And the DH is dead because he's standing in everything. That's usually what you get with like pugs, right? People just not paying attention to the floor. Alright. Let's res this so the healer can maybe get some mana. I don't know if the healer needs mana or not. I don't have my weak aura for it. Alright. So this boss, they did some changes, but it's basically the same as like it is on live, so it's nothing really you have to worry about. She's gonna do a knockback. Gotta get out of Serpent Kick. And then you see the fire that you just saw was a knockback. It's gonna turn to green fire when we push her to phase 2, and that will leave like patches on the ground, so you kind of want to not stand in those, right? And you might like try to see right there. So you want to try to. Oh, I am getting pummeled right now. Why am I getting pummeled? So there is a way where you can angle it so that way it like drops the same way, and it's the way she's facing. Try to move her back to the middle. Okay, and now we'll get the dragon. I'm not watching my debuffs either, so I don't know what was like pummeling me. It was probably a dot, most likely. So he does a fire breath, just get out of it. Keep him faced away from the group. Get out of the stuff on the ground. Just gonna drop more puddles. I like how they made these easier to see. Fight's over, bam bam. Now you get these three. These three are different from the 3 mobs that are on live. So you're gonna get like 2 casters and like a leg sweeper. So like Tidal Burst is what you want to interrupt because that does a ton of AoE damage. And as you can see, this healer is kind of struggling through this dungeon. Healer's dead again. Let me res the healer. And then we'll go into the last boss. But like I said, this dungeon's pretty easy. There's 12 deaths. We had a full wipe. And we still have 12 minutes. Well, pretty much 12 minutes to do this this boss. So now this boss, you want your group to stack on you when he's about to do the like split soul thing. So that's when you want everybody to stack, and you want to save like your Rage's Sleeper for then. Well, that's what I would save my Rage's Sleeper, is for that part. So like Bonds of Reality, so right here is when like you would want them to stack. And then I would pop my Rage, because you gotta kill these because it heals the boss. So these need to die as soon as possible. I'm gonna save my Wind Trinket for the second one, because the second one people shouldn't really have DPS cooldown, so it should be probably a bit more difficult to kill them. And we're for sure gonna get a second one. We might even get a third one, I don't know. See how the damage is. This poor Drakthir is like healing himself. I wonder if the healer is like spamming me and not like the rest of the group. Healer itself is about to die. We have a battle res though, so I got like 3 of them. Stop running around. Stay near me. I'm not going to battle res the Evoker. Yeah, I guess I'll battle res. I was gonna save it in case the healer died, because the healer is struggling, but that's fine. We'll use it for the Evoker. We'll hopefully kill this, yeah. Alright, we're fine. There you go. Wasn't that bad, like I said. So let's look at some stuff real quick then. So overall damage, Moonfire still is just our damage, right? No surprise there. Healing though. Frenzy, see, After the Wildfire is doing a lot of healing. It's doing a lot of overhealing too. But it is more than your Loon favorite. Interesting. I think, and again, this was only, there's 1 melee, right? So the more melee, the more valuable this is. This does almost as much, just as much as your 4-set. And more melee is going to mean that this is going to do like so much more. For my like, this damage was basically just Stormranger's Boon did so much of my damage right here to be able to kill all this stuff. But I mean, 26k overall, it's not too bad. I wasn't doing like big pulls. How much did... Yeah. Alright. Well, that's all I really got today, so I hope you enjoyed the video. We'll probably be back with some more dungeons over the weekend. Just more testing of Wildfire, because I think After the Wildfire is going to be key to bear success in at least in season 1. So hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and keep hitting things.